The following video will guide students and teachers through the process of changing the default password. We change student passwords once a year. For some of you, you may have already changed your password after July 1st. If you changed your password after July 1st via the directions on our website or the mailing that went home, you've already changed your password and you do not need to do these steps today. But you'll want to follow along and make sure your current password works. For the majority of students, your passwords were reset as of July 1st, and so we need to log in and change your password today. Teachers, please use the pause play button on this video if students need more time during any point in this presentation. The first thing that needs to happen is for the advisory teacher to make sure that all students have received their sticker with login information. That information will be placed on the planner towards the end of the planner on page A44. There's a page that says Student Schedule 2015-16. It has the period schedule and it has computer account information. The sticker should be placed on this page. Now that we have your login information, make sure that you have a computer in front of you and it is turned on. Now that each student has an Apple laptop or desktop computer, the first thing you'll want to do is log in. For today, we'll use the generic student login, typing STUDENT in the username field, leave the password blank, and click the return button to log in. Once again, that's student in the username, leave the password blank, and click login. As we wait, the computer will log in and go to the generic student desktop. Once your computer has finished the login process, look at the bottom of the screen to the dock, select Google Chrome, For most computers, it'll automatically open up to a No-Hennepin School webpage, a Roosevelt Middle School webpage, or a Google page. If it happens to open to a Google webpage, simply search for Roosevelt Middle School and navigate to our webpage, or one of the district web pages. Looking across the top, look for the lock and key. And now you're ready to enter your username and password. Using your planner, you can use your AH Connect username. That is the first 5 letters of your first name, underscore, first 5 letters of your last name, last 3 digits of your student ID, and your password. If you've not been in the system since the password change took effect on July 1, you're going to use the default of 000 and then your student ID number. For those of you that have been in since July 1st, that would be anyone that's checked their schedules, you are forced to change your password. So you're going to use the password that you've already switched to since the July 1st change. Go ahead and click Login. You'll see that it is indicating that my password has expired. Now there might be a couple of other circumstances that have happened if you're not seeing this. The first circumstance being those of you who have already changed your password, the system is already taking you to the apps, you're good to go. The second scenario would be those of you where it might say a bad, invalid username or password. That simply means you've typed in your username and password incorrectly. So once again, look at your label in your planner, type in your username of the first 5 letters, underscore first 5 letters of your last name, last 3 digits of your student ID, and your password, 000, and your student ID number, unless you've already changed your password. If you cannot get in, you can always use the Forgot My Password tool on this initial page. But for most of you, you're probably looking at your password has expired. Go ahead and click here to change your password. The computer is going to load up the change password screen, and it is indicating my password has expired. Click OK. Now let's look at the password criteria. It must be at least 8 characters. It may not contain your first or last name. It must include both letters and numbers. It must include 1 uppercase and 1 lowercase letter. It must include at least 1 special character. That would be something such as an exclamation mark. So, we need to put in your current password. That would be the password you just used to log in. Once again, for most of you, it is most likely 000 and then your student ID number. Your new password needs to meet the criteria above. What I'd like to have students do is to write down their new password somewhere in their planner until you feel comfortable that you know your password, and then you can erase it out of your planner. Teachers, you may want to hit pause during this moment so students can create their passwords meeting the criteria above. Once you're set with your password, type in your new password. I'm going to use one of my favorite foods and say tacos, capital TACOS, favorite number of 135, exclamation point. The system tells me that my password meets the criteria, so I'm going to type my password in again, capital TACOS 135, exclamation point. You'll see once I've typed in my second password, the change password button becomes available. It does not become available until my passwords match. So if for some reason you're unable to see the change password, it means that you've typed your password incorrectly one of the times. So you might need to start from scratch and erase both of them, or simply fix the second one so you're able to successfully click change password. Now once you hit change password, one or two things are going to happen. You're going to enter the system where you can go ahead and use the apps that we provide you throughout the school year. Otherwise, if you've never used our system, it's going to ask you some challenge questions. There's going to be a list of challenge questions, and know that you only have to answer 2 challenge questions. These challenge questions will be used in case you forget your student password. If you forget your student password anytime throughout the school year, click the lock and key on any Anoka Hennepin School website, select Forgot My Password, type in your username, which is your AAH Connect username, which is found in the sticker in your planner. Click Next. It'll ask you some challenge questions, answer your challenge questions, and it'll let you change your password on the fly. Another option is to work with any adult in the building or come down to the Media Center, or any staff member in the Media Center will help you change your password.